Rookies, we have to talk about one of the biggest stories in sports right now when it comes to what Texas Tech softball team and Nijaree Canady are doing. Oh, and if you're new, I explain sports in the most basic way possible so that you're able to follow a game. And yes, I do go to Texas Tech University, rec 'em. Now let's get into it. So what's happening right now is the Women's College World Series, and we just had Texas Tech versus OU. And if you know anything about college softball, OU is the greatest dynasty we've ever had in college softball history. But sadly, every dog has their day. And Texas Tech just beat them, are now headed to the national championship. But remember how I said that OU was a dynasty? OU has won 4 straight national championships, and they just got beat by a team who has never even made it here before, which also makes what Texas Tech did a little bit crazier. So right now, OU is a part of the SEC conference, but they just got there back in 2024 last summer. And for the past 30 years, they've been part of the Big 12, which that's what Texas Tech is a part of. So although they're not in the same conference right now, they're basically still rivals simply because they're going to have players on both teams who have played against each other when just last season and the ones before that, they were part of the Big 12. So I'm also thinking that has to add a little bit fuel to the fire. And while OU was switching conferences last summer, Tech was out recruiting the best pitcher and player in softball, that being no one other than Nijaree Canady. Don't we love that she's number 24, period. And Tech signed her to a legendary 1-year deal over $1 million, which, if I'm sure it's not obvious, was the highest deal for any college softball player. And if you want to learn more about her, I do have a separate video up about her story. So Tech spent all this money, so do you think that one player could really make a difference? Well, that's funny because the one person they sent out to make sure they could get her there and recruit her was no one other than Patrick Mahomes himself, a great who's done nothing but change his sport and his franchise once he arrived to Kansas City. And since she's been at Tech, things have changed. And the team this year experienced a lot of firsts. Before she got to Tech, they were seen as one of the worst teams in the Big 12. And then this offseason, her arriving, things really changed for them. They were the Big 12 champions, hosted a regional, won a super regional, making it to their first ever College Women's World Series. And in their first time making it to the World Series, what are they doing? They're going to the championship. And let's not forget, Canady's pitching was insane. She had 300 strikeouts, 300 pitches in 5 days, and went straight 3-0. So yeah, what her and Texas Tech are doing is crazy. So you guys definitely need to tune in this week. And honestly, you really get what you pay for. And when you invest in a good woman, you will always get that return on your investment. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.